Hello everybody, I'm just going to show you a few little tips and hints with my fortune teller teacups. Now this here is my stunning new dark purple or aubergine, some people call it, Astrologer teacup. And what this is, it's 24 karat gold all the way around it. It's slathered in gold, and so is the saucer, and it actually has the 12 astrology signs on both the cup and the saucer. And the way I've designed this was, when you read the cup from the symbols inside, you drain your tea, and you can also read what energy the astrology symbols give to you to help add more information to your questions. It has a beautiful little verse up on the inside, and it says, "Let us gaze at the stars and look into thee and read the leaves of thy destiny." And it's a verse actually trademarked to Tea With Karin only. So it comes in this stunning dark purple, and it also comes in white. Now there's very limited numbers of the white, and because I wasn't real sure, so I only ordered a select amount of white. Again, they are identical, only one's purple, one is white, and same verse and also my symbols in them. With each teacup you get a lovely little gold spoon. Looks like a real crystal on the end of it, but it's actually resin, I think. It's not a real one. I wish it was. So it also comes with a tag of the astrology symbol for the recipient. So if you were buying for somebody who's a Sagittarian, you get the little tag with its a wax Sagittarian and a little bit about Sagittarius. And the same, if you were buying for a Leo person, you open up and you have the Leo information. Each teacup comes with its own booklet. Now, these are actually coffee and tea combination stained booklets that I've actually done myself. So you should see the whole house when I do all this paper staining. And so each and every one will have different staining because they are not mass produced. And when you first open your bag, you'll also notice and think, oh, I can smell coffee on that, because the coffee's stronger smell than what the tea is on there. And this will have all the symbols that is in the teacups, and in the very back of them you also have the keywords for the astrology. So let's go in and do a reading. So now I'm going to do a reading for a pretend scenario. So the best way is, when you read a teacup, I always say get a bit of swirl happening, and it's just so we get some movement in the cup. It doesn't matter how many times you do this. And then while it's still moving tea, you keep rolling your teacup. So it's like a twirling and then roll. Think rock and roll, only we're not rocking back and forth, we are twirling like a cement mixer. And I'll give you another demo of it. So get a bit of movement happening, and while we've got that moving, you can see as I'm starting to invert the teacup over, and then we let it drain. So that's how we get the swirl happening. Now let me just grab my knit needle sticks. Knit needles are the best pointy thingies. So I'm going to use this first cup, and we'll use a scenario of young single girl, been single for quite some time, and she's looking for love. So, and she's wanting to know what's out there for love for me. Very general, common question. Before I forget, every one of these teacups is also, I'll just bring that up to you. Of course, I'm number one. Every teacup is actually hand numbered in 24 karat gold as well. So there is no two the same. When I invert a teacup like this, I always knock 3 times on the back. It's just custom. Some people will do different scenarios. Some will do anti-clockwise with the non-dominant hand and so on. And to me, it really doesn't matter. You don't need a lot of superstitions in with it. But the practice that I know is knock 3 times. And it's a bit like knocking on the front door of, can I come in? So let's use this scenario of this young girl. And we will say, okay, we'll have a look at what she's got for love coming up for her. Now, I tend to work from the handle around. Sometimes if the T doesn't land on an actual symbol, that's okay. So I'm just going to move try and see if I can get it here in the magnifying glass. Too much light. Whoops, there we go. So it's just so you get a clearer picture. So you can read, if you have T between the symbols, you can actually read the T that is with both symbols if you like. But for this demonstration, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually just going to read what symbols the T lands on. Now this one's also interesting because I've got the verse in this cup. I also like to have a look at what T is touching what word. So the word gaze has T on it. And gaze is often, again, keep your eyes wide open and look around you. So for my Miss Jane Doe or Joe Blogs, Jane Does are dead, sorry, Joe Blogs, I would look at and say, keep your eyes wide open because you'll be surprised what's there in store for you. And when I actually turn the T, it looks almost like a little tent. And so a tent there would indicate take a little bit of time out for herself, but don't be afraid to keep a peek out of what's going on around her. She's also got a little bit of T sitting up here on the dog, and it's the shape of a triangle. Now, triangular shapes often mean 3 sides to the story. A dog is often a meaning about good friendships, but also loyalty. And to see a triangle there would tell me she might be feeling a little bit scared because I'd say someone in the past, she's experienced a disloyal relationship. So when we come up around here, we've actually got, it's like a little heart actually on the house, which is really nice. There, she's almost got it's like a crab claw. And then she's got a little bird here, and then she's got a person holding or sitting between the and the look. So this whole combination I'm reading, because it's also touching the street sign there or the crossroads. So house is about home, comfort, security. It's got the heart, so it does tell me, yes, someone is coming that is full of true love. And heart there with home would tell me happiness and looking for concrete relationship, someone who's after home and family values. She's got the crab claw, though, with a bird. Now, bird is often about communication and chatter, and a crab claw there would tell me don't jump at the first thing that whispers sweet nothings in your ear, because a crab claw is almost protecting the house, which means there may be a smooth talker come along, but it's really important that she doesn't take everything that he says is gospel. The crossroads would indicate choices, so it does mean don't have to take the first one that comes along. Be sure that it's the right person for you, not just a smooth talker. The T sitting on the word look, again, it's interesting that it's a visual word like gaze, which would still tell me keep your eyes open. The moon is actually a really lovely sign that would tell me about emotions and good connections. Always remember moon is a light source, and it's also got like a little megaphone or a horn which tells me emotional connections, but someone again who can communicate. I can't help myself when I see a bit of tea like this. It's the shape of a bowl, and a bowl actually means she is more than ready to receive love that's in her life. This here is quite interesting because we've got a chair sitting here. In some versions you can turn it like that and it looks like a heart. Turn it like that, it looks like a lounge chair. The heart, doesn't matter if you look at it that way, with a horse and rider would still tell me, yes, age-appropriate male that has love in his heart. Here, though, would tell me it's almost like a little broom and there's a person sitting on the edge of it. Very similar, like a witch on a broom. But this is touching the back end of the horse, which tells me he might want love in the right directions and cheer as in love and comfort, but there would tell me there's some matters he must tidy up with in the past, and it's likely still trailing behind him. So that is something that he does need to have a look at. Then we've got tea down here in the bottom of the cup. We've got the letter L. It almost looks like a little person sitting down with a hat or a sombrero. Person sitting down would tell me, especially sitting on the little mountain, I'll try and move that if you can see. Sorry, I've popped his head off. Mountain there would tell me don't get caught with someone who may be a bit lazy. The letter L, letters can be the name of a person, place or thing. So it could be someone like a Leonard, a Liam, Lachlan, but the sitting down as the sombrero would tell me, make sure it's somebody who's wanting to put in the energy and doesn't cause you more difficulties. Here you've actually got, it's almost like a little child sitting there. And a child would tell me new love for this girl. Yes, it can mean family, but we're talking about her heart and finding the love. So a child there would tell me this is a new person that enters her life, not recycled love from the past. She's also got the coin here. And when you see a coin or the big circles like that, they often mean great signs of abundance that is around for her. So that's a really nice teacup. So there is love coming, but the important things that I've got out of this is be mindful of someone who's lazy. Here, don't take the first that comes there if you're not feeling right and all they do is talk the talk. And here, make sure that matters are fully tied up with the person that you do meet before you literally give your heart and all to this person. So we then look at her saucer. So her saucer here, she's got a little bit of tea sitting on Gemini. Now the key words for Gemini is I think, and they're very sociable, intellectual people, which is nice as well, which still indicates, it's interesting what connects to this to there, which still would tell me though someone who is open, someone who is social, but really important that they are free of any other commitments and so on. She's also got a weeny speck of tea here. I'll try and turn that up for you. And that is on the sign of Libra, which is about your balance, equality. Very good for relationships, but again, making sure that the love is pure energy and somebody that is level pegged to her, so that there's no status between the two. So that's our reading for our lovely lady who's looking for love. Okay, now let's do our reading in our purple teacup, and I'll use the scenario of a man who's been in his job for a very long time and he's looking at changing states and changing lifestyle and changing jobs. So let's have a look what's going on for this fellow. Okie dokie. All right, now let's have a look. And again, I'm going to read some of the leaves I do when they're really so darn obvious to me. But look, if they're not obvious to you, you just stick to the symbol meanings out of the booklet. Very appropriate when I see a person sitting down on the sun, because this person is considering moving to a much brighter, warmer, sunny climate. So sitting down there would tell me this could be a very good move for them. Now it's also interesting where we've got the words. We've got a gigantic letter J here, and it could mean the place where the person is actually going. The J can mean it may be an integral person to this one to help assist with this transition. All letters also have an energy about them, and a letter J is being independent, taking control and doing what you really want to do. You've got the J sitting on the gaze, which means the person himself needs to pay attention to what the self wants to do and not what other people want to do. So he has the one that has the vision, not everybody else. You've also got the man sitting down here on the sun under the word us. Us means more than one person. So the person is single, but the us with the sunshine could tell me he may meet somebody. That's really ideal. And I can't help myself because you've got a beautiful, happy little elephant in this cup. And it's not actually sitting on any symbol, but it's between three. You've got rose, you've got dog, and you've got the clover. So we've got luck and abundance, loyalty and good friendships, and passion, and your little happy elephant is in the middle of all three. So your elephant is about wisdom and knowledge and karmic lessons too, which tells me the move will be very good in all three areas there. So it means here he will gain some lovely new friends. Lots of good opportunities open up for him, which would be great for him if he wants to get another job. And the rose could tell me there may even be love that will open up for him. So now we've got tea here. Like I said, we can read it between the symbols. So a straight bit of tea like that is almost like a door that opens, and we've got a bird and we've got the letter. So bird is communication and so is letter. And it's like the letter here means putting in applications or paperwork will open new doors, and the new doors will open up to good discussions. It's really nice actually. And so around here we've actually got a flag, and it's right on the tip of the star. Flag is very good for victory, which still tells me a successful change, successful move. Star's about dreams and wishes and things that he's always wanted. Again, a flag is really good because it tells me victory for things that he's always wanted. And again, we've got another door. The doors are very important in tea symbols because they mean like a new portal. So think of a Stargate or a science fiction movie where they have the light around the door, and it means where you are now and where you are going. It's like two different planes. It's really good. Doors are good. And here we've got an eye between the mouse and the mountain. And the mouse is about nervous energy. It is very good for family, so it does have positives, not always negatives. And the mountain there would tell me he may have some roadblocks, literally detours along the way. But his eye here would tell me, though, he's got very keen inner sight and will certainly know how to remove anything that stops his path and his choices of what he wants to do. So his saucer, just turn it gently so I don't move it. Let me bring in the magnifying glass for you. We have a little bit of tea here, and that is on the symbol Taurus, which, yes, can be stubborn, that's where it is. But it's also a lot about patience, and I have is a key word, which is what I do desire, I will achieve. And it can be literally sheer gut determination. Think of Taurus as the bull. Stand your ground, do what you know, what you want to do, and claim the victory. You've also got a bit of tea here, and that's actually on the sign of Virgo. Now, Virgo is about meticulous details. It's also I analyse. So there would tell me again, his preparation is very, very important in this change and this move of what he wants to do. So I hope that helps a little bit for you. And these teacups, like I said, these are my newest babies, and they are in my Etsy store. Or you can always just email me on info@teawithkarin, because if you buy direct from me, you actually get a little discount. So I'll pop my links down below. Thanks for listening.